he's always thought of as this powerhouse, but in small ways he can be amazing too. Here's Michel from way deep.
Driving into this first section, a huge turn to get started, and really hanging on that rail for a long time through that second bottom turn. This is a decent ride. He needs a 9.54. He's certainly on his way, but that won't help. Just skipping a little bit. This wave is flattening out, but it was a good one from deep. And Michel definitely found himself in the right place at the right time for this ride, but still needs a bit more on the inside here. There is a nice turn. Can he finish it? Just hangs on. Really had his toes digging into the wax there.
Wow.
A 9.54, the requirement. Michel Bourez really committing to those first big sections outside.
Well, this is where all that training is going to pay off for Michel, because I tell you what, he probably had 5% energy left on that last maneuver, and he still had just enough juice to keep those legs under him on that closing maneuver. And that was huge endurance. We talk about that at Bell's. It's such a leg burner. That had to have been killing him to hang on to that last move.
3.5 minutes to go. Geordie Smith already back at the takeoff zone. We're going to find out in a moment if Geordie's going to need a score coming into these final stages. But Barton Lynch, I wanted to just have you share with us your story of staying with the Smiths back in '92 when you won the Gunston 500.
Oh, it was a long time ago, Ronnie. Just quickly, those three outside turns just then from Michel were three of the bigger, more committed turns we've seen. I think besides that little stumble through the middle, he's not going to need much if he doesn't get the score, because it is it's a big ask. He's not going to need much after this. Yeah, but I was staying with the Smiths, won the event. The trophy was a little bit heavy to lug home, so it ended up staying with Geordie as a young kid, and he's still got that there at the house. So it's great to see those generational changes, and even greater to see this old fella still hanging around.
Love that story, but the numbers are dropping. You're right. It is a big number for Michel Bourez, but not quite enough to take the lead. He gets a 9.03, so now chasing an 8.75. What was missing from this ride, Ross, that didn't take it to the required score?
Well, I thought there were major maneuvers. I love the commitment. He definitely didn't shy away from those really nice big sections on the outside. The only thing that you could argue was missing from Michel was a bit of a torque through a carve. You know, those big scores from Mick Fanning, he had those wraps to mix it up for variation. This was a fast wave for Michel, so he had to keep a lot of momentum going down the line. Right here, he kind of leans on that tail a little better, but that's that closing maneuver. So you could see he forced the issue just a little bit on that last carve. But again, a 9.03, it's a great score. And he had a handful of big moves on the outside. But it was just a real impressive physical effort from Michel. That wave was so long. I was just waiting to see his knees buckle, and he handled his business.